how much can we slim down Haiku? Now, Haiku doesn't actually come with a lot of bloatware, but there is some, and let's have a look here at this virtual hard drive and see how much space this takes up. .19 gigabytes. That's not a lot by today's standards. But can we do better? Can we slim down? Let's give ourselves a target. Can we slim Haiku down to fit on 3 gigabytes? Now remember, I come from the generation when operating systems were distributed on floppies. I remember QNX had a complete graphical operating system with a browser on one floppy. So for me, 3.19 gigabyte, it's still a little bloaty. Let's see if we can do better. Okay, let's open up Haiku Depot. Alright, as you can see, I've got it set to installed packages only, including develop and source packages. So, let's see what we got here. Okay, the first thing that I would suggest. Do you really need the user guide in a bunch of languages that you don't speak? Now, oops. Right, so you want to keep this one, the base. And you want to keep this one here, which is, well, it's basically the English version. But this one and this one can go. Because I don't speak those languages. And they get updated every single time you do an update, and they're fairly big files, so we don't need those. Oh, so many files. And I suggest you do this.
Power off.
Don't worry about that. That's just my speaker acting up.
Bluetooth mode.
Now, we'll see if we can edit that out. And it uninstalls them one at a time. Goodbye Russian. Goodbye Romanian. Goodbye two kinds of Portuguese. What else have we got? It looks like I don't have a Dutch translation. Still, I suggest you keep the English version and whichever other language you actually use. Because the English version, as far as I know, is the one that gets written first, and all the others like this Esperanto one that's disappearing, right, and this Catalan one are translations of the English one. Okay, so keep these two, whatever you do. The others, not so much. Right. Okay, BPDF. I'm a little unclear. BPDF, if I remember correctly, that comes by default with a 32-bit installation, but you have to install it yourself on 64-bit. Anyway, if we ever need it, we'll just reinstall it. Okay, the idea here is to set up a minimal haiku fill whip I'm going to keep because I'm going to use it later. For now, we are just going through this. Oh, wait a minute. I think I saw something up there. A spell. Okay, let's see. There are no libraries, no language files for a spell. Let's see if we uninstall it. Oh, install package Qt WebKit, uninstall package enchant. Let's not do that then. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you want to create a version of Haiku just for use on using apps, that you don't want to do any development on it. And so we're going to go over this quite a few times and delete quite a few development applications. And it's entirely possible that I'll end up with a bricked computer. Well, a bricked virtual machine anyway. But hey, that's the fun part, isn't it? So, if you're not going to do any development, we don't need the B-book. Alright, let's keep going. Deja vu font family. Backwards compatibility. OpenJDK. We are going to do OpenJDK later, but let's not do it this way. What happens if we try to uninstall Git? Yep, remember, no development, so we won't be needing that. Can always reinstall it. Look at this, the Devel, 3.5 megabytes. In fact, let's do a search for that. Do we really need development files? Let's find out. Did I? Let's try this a different way. Development and source packages. Okay, they're not actually showing up. That's weird. Oh, we'll just have to try this from a terminal then. Let's see what happened. Nope. Okay, they're protected somehow. Okay, we'll get them later. Alright. So, PE. I'm going to say, let's uninstall it. We'll still have styled edit after all. Perl. Let's see, there might be something that depends on Perl. We'll have to find out. Automake, autoconf, and text info. Yeah, we're going to do those later anyway. And in fact, let's try this a different way. Let's sort on size. Okay, open JDK. If you're not going to run Java programs, that's 70 megabytes that you can save. And another 50 megabytes. Qt 5. If you're not running Qt programs, Qt Web Engine, Qt WebKit, Qt Haiku plugins. Yeah. Gone. Python. Yeah. Let's see what depends on that. I thought I'd gotten rid of that already. Alright. I don't really work with MIDI files, so I don't need this. Alright. Let's get rid of Deja Vu. Font files aren't that big, but what will happen if I uninstall SQLite? Whoa, quite a lot. GST plugin, web positive. No. I want to keep web positive. Okay, I don't write in Chinese, so no problem. I don't use IRC. Full whip we're going to keep. I think I said that. Okay, we're getting to smaller files now, which aren't going to make so much of a difference. A bit of noise in the background. I'll try to edit that out. Okay. Okay. Where's Lua? Is that installed? No, that's not installed by default. Okay, so this is a giant thing and it's got dependencies all over the place, but uninstalling it may make this entire thing. No, it doesn't actually. Turns out you don't actually need GCC. That means we can probably get rid of that one. Let's see. Nope, web positive wants it. Let's see. Okay, let's see how far we got. First we run full whip to see if these things are not just stored. Yes, they are. We've gotten rid of 0.5 gigabyte. Clean it up. And now we still got a running system. And we got it down to 2.76 gigabytes. Of course, you can't develop anything on it, but we could probably winnow it down some more. That is going to be a slower process, but you've seen what I did. You tried to delete something, and then if it says this will also delete this program you actually want to use, you back out. So I'm going off screen now, and I am going to report back to you just how far I managed to get. And so we're back. You'll remember we started out with 3.19 by basically removing development tools and translation of the user guide. We got down to 2.76. Then I went on another little trip through the system and we got it down to 2.72. And I think that is pretty much as small as we can make Haiku. So what does that mean? That's 28 plus 19. So it's just under 0.5 gigabyte of bloatware in Haiku. And if you don't want to do any development, then that is how small you can make it. So by modern standards, that's just very little. And since at the moment Haiku really is still in the stage where every user is a potential developer, porter, I think we can forgive Haiku for taking up 3.19 gigabytes, sorry. But there is some potential there for slimming it down, producing a Haiku Lite, if we ever decide to go that way. So, I hope this has been fun for you. My VM is still running. The VMs have been acting funny on this machine lately, but I haven't bricked it. So, thanks for watching.